Are you guys ready? Oh my God, I know I've got my calendar marked down for the Marvels. It's going to be coming out in November sometime. Okay, don't press me on the exact date or whatever. I'm sure it's still liable to change. But Disney, man, okay, they are trying to cap off their offerings for all of those awful superhero films that have come out this year. Man, okay, by the time that this one comes out, this is 7 of 8 superhero films that are coming out in 2023. And two of them ended up turning a profit this year. 6 of them lost money, and not just a little money, a lot of money. All right, already just kind of throwing in Aquaman 2, which, ooh, buddy, that one's coming out. That one will actually cap off the year. December 20th for that one. This one comes out November 11th or 14th or something like that. Realistically, it doesn't much matter, but the cope is so strong on this one because Marvel, well, they've taken a couple of black eyes, okay? I guess dinner wasn't warm when the mouse finally came home at the end of the day, but Ant-Man, you remember, that one started off the year. That one lost, well, that was the first big Marvel film to lose a lot of money. And then, hey man, they managed to rebound with Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is the best performing superhero film. I don't think the Marvels is going to end up taking the crown away from that one, but that one made, I think it crossed $900 million. It wasn't the best performing Guardians of the Galaxy film in that trilogy, but it still ended up turning a profit. Ended up probably overperforming now that superhero fatigue, aka poorly written superhero films for the better part of 5 years, has set in. Now we're just left waiting going, okay, The Marvels is a sequel. It is a sequel to a film that made over $1 billion. What is the drop-off going to be? So all of the cope is coming out in full display right now. This one right here is exceptionally silly, with The Marvels had a budget of $130 million. I don't believe you. Because the average for all of those Marvel films that have come out post Endgame are on and around 200, 250. And then once the tax returns start to come in, you start to realize, holy shit, Doctor Strange cost over $300 million. What the fuck? Okay, but what about the Marvels? $130 million budget. Okay, it's been bounced around. Like, this was supposed to come out years ago at this point in time. It has been bumped not once, not twice, but 5 different times. That's why they're so concrete and release date of mid-November. I don't even know it. Frankly, I don't really care. All I know is that it's going to be a bomb. It's going to be atrocious, and the cope that's coming out right now all but crystallizes this. Because yes, $130 million budget. It's Marvel Studios' cheapest movie of 2023, as cited by this Vanity Fair article, which already just re-emphasizes that idea that our movie's shit. Okay, some people have also been saying that the test screenings are coming out as the worst performing Marvel Cinematic movie, not just of this year, not just of this decade, of all time. Anything that is associated with the Marvel Cinematic Universe has performed better than this hunk of shit in the making. So of course, Vanity Fair, oh my god, what are they doing in promotion? Because they can't necessarily talk to the cast or anything like that. They're talking about Nia DaCosta's barrier-breaking director of the Marvels on navigating the blockbuster machine. It's so funny, right? Because if they had any hope, or if they had any trust in the Marvels going forward, they would reword that title a little bit. It would be the Marvels director Nia DaCosta's barrier-breaking achievements and navigating the blockbuster machine. That's probably what they go with, instead of just paragraph after paragraph of, hey, I'm black y'all, and I'm black y'all, and I'm blickety black, and I'm black y'all. That's basically what this breaks down to. You can go ahead and read it at your own leisure, but the way that they talk about this, well, it's Nia DaCosta. Hey, she's black, and she's also directing the Marvels, and she's black, and it's got a female cast, it's got a female protagonist, and she's black, by the way, and it's just so many women all the time, and it's not going to make any money, but you better go, because otherwise you'll be a racist. But more on that in a second. But nowhere in this, and the way that this is getting circulated, the $130 million budget, bruh, the only time that you see budget brought up, and I did my search, I read through this horseshit, and Yeah, it doesn't come up at all, other than the fact that, oh yeah, it's the most expensive. It is very expensive, and it's the most expensive movie that a black woman's ever been able to direct. So I don't know where they're coming up with this $130 million budget, because the only time that I've ever seen this referenced is that Disney billed $130 million for the Marvels 2 months into filming. They billed them $130 million 2 months into filming. This was back earlier this year, April 11th of 2023. So at least, like, the floor on this, the floor is $130 million. But how many reshoots? Okay, how much more filming was being done as well? And then you also got to add the marketing budget on top of this, which is not, of course, going to end up playing into the reported budget. It's still going to be somewhere in on and around $200 million. So the cope is strong. Disney has revealed that the cost of making its upcoming superhero team up movie, because they had so much faith in a sequel to a $1 billion hit in Captain Marvel, they had to put a couple of other bitches around her to just make her a little bit more likable and have other people to go out there and help shoulder the burden. Hit $130 million after just 2 months of filming. Yeah, a little bit more concrete of an answer there than just, oh, it's $130 million, meaning that, like it says here, it's one of the cheapest movies of 2023. So if it just ends up, you know what, hey man, I know that Ant-Man ended up making, I think, in on and around $500 million, and everybody looked and went, wow, how quickly these movies have fallen. This one, I'm going to say, man, it'll be lucky to hit $400 million, because ain't nobody looking forward to this monstrosity. So the fact that we have $130 million already in print back a couple of months ago, that's fine. Okay, we can go ahead and run with that. That's how much this costs. So when it ultimately ends up making $300 and some odd million, it'll still look fine. We made more than our budget. It was a break even that we can go ahead and we can course correct, and we can listen to the audience and start making things that people like now. No, we can just roll out the excuses, because we know that this is going to be horrific. So the way that CBR phrases this one right here, the Marvel's director confirms what everybody already suspected. Oh no, what happened? Nia DaCosta, the black actor, or the black director, she's black, by the way, and co-screenwriter of the Marvels, has just shared some upsetting yet expected news regarding the movie's upcoming promotional tour, but fans have already feared that this might have happened. Oh, please, no. Brie Larson only bought open-toed shoes. No! Why would you do that, Brie? The second grand outing of Brie Larson's Carol Danvers. Oh, not really. Given the fact that it's not even her entire film. Also an Endgame, so I guess this would be the third time around. She also had a little bit of a cameo. I think it was at the end of Miss Marvel. Nobody watched that shit or can even remember. But yeah, no, it's the second time that she's been prominently featured, I guess. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. In the Marvels is one of the most anticipated MCU events of the year. Sure thing. It might not live up to Marvel's expectations box office wise, all thanks to the ongoing strike. Yes, of course, because the actresses cannot promote this fucking turd. That's why it's going to fail at the box office, right? And then also, if you don't go and watch this film, as most people aren't going to, Nia DaCosta says that you're racist and you're sexist for not going to see this fucking garbage. Oh my god. Marvel's director Nia DaCosta unsurprisingly played the racism and sexism card while promoting the upcoming film, because she's bro, how the fuck do you take a look at that screen right there and go, wow, I just can't wait to see a bunch of, outside of the, Ms. Marvel that's right there, I forget her name. Oh, Iman Vellani. Okay, she seems like she's pretty nice, okay? All things considered, some of her interviews that are out there, like, she actually gives a fuck about this stuff, so just kind of sucks that she's a part of this current timeline, but no, she actually seems like she studies and doesn't take these roles for granted. As for the rest of them, it's like, why would you take a look at, bitches pushing 40 in pajamas? What about that still right there is encouraging anybody to go to the box office? I don't fucking think so, bro. It would not be a promotion for Walt Disney without expecting someone playing the victim card, and DaCosta made sure that the Marvels would not be an exception. Speaking with Vanity Fair, there you go. You can go and check out, this article right here, because she's black, and if you don't, well, you're contributing to systemic racism and probably white supremacy in some form or fashion. DaCosta added said that some crew members on previous sets she worked with said that things that are super inappropriate that you would just never say to anybody else because they're so specific to my gender, race, and my age. What is she, also old? Oh my god. Oh, good for her. While she did not provide any examples of names or any names, Vanity Fair's Rebecca Ford made it clear that none of this happened on the set of the Marvels. She had a very different experience on the Marvels, fortunately, in part because she had the power to hire people she wanted for her team. Oh, great. So the entire failure will rest specifically on her. No. The people that I hired can't promote the film, so that's why it's going to do so poorly. No, okay, because all of the traditional avenues of promotion, they're still going to be out there for this flaming fucking turd in the form of commercials, advertisements, and just because, well, the only people who end up missing out on this type of stuff are the content creators that are just missing out on all of these prime interviews and Brie Larson just being a non-human in front of the camera, because the last time that she was in this role promoting a film, oh boy, she was insufferable. So that's the only thing that we're really missing out on this. I don't know why she hasn't gone back to YouTube with all of her free time. Oh no, she's probably around there, just walking around, with her flippers and just hitting the picket lines, I'd imagine. Oh, she added, the thing that I've been most surprised by lately is how much respect I'm getting from these middle-aged white dudes that I work with. Sorry, what? Oh, is she just like that much of a racist? Well, that's kind of ridiculous. Not only did DaCosta play the racism and sexism card, she also appeared to distance herself from the film by claiming it is actually Marvel Studios executive Kevin Feige. Remember, guys, she broke all of those barriers, but at the same time, if this thing actually sucks, I had nothing to do with it. It was really just Kevin Feige's vision, and he just kind of cast me to be the director because I'm an old, bitter black woman. Cool stuff. She recalled. You can't do anything but be yourself. So bring that to the table. Oh, okay, cool. So you're just insufferable. Thanks for letting everybody know. They can choose to take some and leave some, but that's what your job is. Clearly, the implication here is that Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige have overriding story authority, especially when it comes to creating a final cut of the movie. Exactly, and I'm sure it's going to be great. In fact, later in the expose, Vanity Fair's Ford noted that the film's post-production proved to be the most challenging. But remember, guys, only $130 million. Post-production was super challenging. What that means, cha-ching, more goddamn money. Given the films needed to connect with the Ms. Marvel Disney Plus series, nobody cares, as well as the lead into future MCU tripe. To this end, DaCosta admitted it's Kevin Feige's production, it's his movie, but I'm the director. I'm the barrier-breaking director. I'm the, and I quote, barrier-breaking director on navigating the blockbuster machine. Oh my god, man. Like, maybe at this point in time, it would be better if the actresses were allowed to promote this, because you bitch, you ain't doing fuck all in order to help promote this stuff. But then it also exposes, okay, cool, if she's the one who's out there on the stroll, yeah, because we were all thinking this last time around, it's like, ooh, maybe you aren't casting the right people for these positions and that they're only there to just hop on the train while the getting's good. But this time around, ooh, wow, maybe you're not hiring the best actors, or you're not hiring the best directors, producers, or writers going forward, and wow, maybe we need to really rethink all of this stuff, and maybe the actors and writers strike, well, maybe that's a good thing after all. Just go ahead and take your time. Make sure that you get the fairest deal possible, because it's not like anybody's starving for any of this content, especially when it's of this caliber. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.